Have you ever opened your fridge and thought, I'm keeping everything fresh and safe in here? Well, what if I told you that some of the foods sitting on your refrigerator shelf right now could be losing their nutrients, spoiling faster, or even silently harming your health, just because they're in the fridge? It sounds unbelievable, I know. After all, we've been taught that cold equals preservation. But here's the truth. Science and centuries of tradition tell a different story. In today's video, we're diving into 6 everyday foods you should never store in the refrigerator. And trust me, number 4 might just leave you speechless. Even some doctors overlook these simple food facts that directly impact digestion, nutrient absorption, and even inflammation levels, especially for those of us over 50. Why does this matter? Because as we age, our metabolism changes, our gut becomes more sensitive, and small daily choices, like where you store your food, can either support your long-term health or slowly chip away at it. You deserve to feel strong, energized, and vibrant for years to come. And it starts with knowing what truly belongs in your fridge and what absolutely doesn't. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and let me know. How old are you? Where are you watching from? And have you ever noticed a change in how certain foods taste or feel after pulling them from the fridge? Don't forget to like this video, and if you love simple, science-backed tips to live healthier after 50, hit that subscribe button. Your body will thank you. Now, without any further ado, let's talk about the first food. 1. Tomatoes. Storing tomatoes in the fridge destroys their flavor, ruins their texture, and may actually rob them of their powerful health benefits. Tomatoes aren't just a colorful addition to your salad or pasta. They're a nutritional powerhouse packed with lycopene, a potent antioxidant that's been linked to reduced risk of heart disease, prostate cancer, and inflammation. They also contain vitamin C, potassium, and folate, all vital for healthy aging. But here's the catch. Those benefits rely on the fruit's structural integrity, and refrigeration can alter that in ways most people don't realize. According to a study by the University of Florida, storing tomatoes below 12 degrees Celsius, about 53.6 degrees Fahrenheit, causes a sharp drop in the production of key volatile compounds. Those are the very molecules responsible for their aroma and taste. But it gets worse. Cold temperatures break down cell membranes, leading to that mushy, mealy texture we've all experienced at some point. What many people don't realize is that tomatoes continue to ripen after being picked, and refrigeration halts this process, locking them in an underdeveloped state that diminishes both taste and nutrient density. A study in Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences found that chilling tomatoes not only reduced flavor, but suppressed the genes responsible for producing their natural sweetness and acidity. Real-life story. Take Razia, a 62-year-old. She loved fresh tomatoes in her daily meals, but to save time, she stored them in her fridge, thinking she was preserving them. Over time, she noticed they didn't taste right, and she began losing interest in her meals. It wasn't until her daughter suggested leaving them on the counter for a few days that she rediscovered their vibrant flavor. Now, she says she actually looks forward to her meals again, and her digestion and appetite have noticeably improved. Here's what you should do instead. Store whole, uncut tomatoes at room temperature, preferably out of direct sunlight, stem side down, to prevent bruising. If they're too ripe and you absolutely must refrigerate, take them out a day before eating to let the flavor return. Avoid plastic bags, which trap moisture and speed up spoilage. A breathable basket or bowl works best. But there's another everyday food, one you've probably been refrigerating your entire life, that not only loses its nutrients, but may also spike your blood sugar when stored cold. Let's talk about that next. 2. Potatoes. Putting potatoes in the fridge may seem harmless, but it actually turns them into a hidden health hazard, one that could raise your risk of blood sugar spikes and even increase toxic compounds. Potatoes are a staple food around the world, rich in vitamin C, potassium, and fiber. They also provide complex carbohydrates, which help fuel the body, especially for seniors looking to maintain energy levels. But storing them in cold temperatures changes their chemistry in a way that most people don't see coming. When potatoes are refrigerated, the starch converts into sugar more rapidly. While that might sound innocent, it leads to two serious issues. First, when these sugar-loaded potatoes are later fried or baked, they produce acrylamide, a potentially carcinogenic chemical identified by the Food and Agriculture Organization and the World Health Organization as a probable human cancer risk. Second, the rapid conversion of starch to sugar can lead to higher glycemic responses, especially concerning those managing diabetes or insulin resistance. Essentially, your humble potato can become a blood sugar bomb just by being chilled. And just like tomatoes, cold temperatures break down cell structures, making potatoes gritty, overly sweet, and nutritionally compromised. Practical advice: store your potatoes in a dark, dry, and cool place, but not the fridge. A pantry or kitchen drawer away from light is ideal. Avoid storing them near onions, which release gases that accelerate spoilage. If your potatoes sprout, remove the sprouts immediately and avoid green skin. It can contain toxic solanine. Now, if you think potatoes were surprising, wait until you hear about this next kitchen regular. Keeping it in the fridge could be silently sabotaging your health. 3. Onions. Refrigerating onions not only ruins their texture, it can also trigger mold growth and digestive issues that many people mistakenly blame on other foods. Onions are more than just flavor boosters. They're rich in quercetin, a powerful antioxidant linked to reduced inflammation, improved circulation, and even lower blood pressure. They also contain prebiotic fibers that support gut health. But when stored in cold, moist environments like your refrigerator, these benefits can quietly erode. Onions are best stored in a cool, dry, well-ventilated space, not in the fridge. Why? Because refrigerators create high humidity, which encourages mold growth and sprouting. That not only affects the taste and smell, it also alters their nutritional profile. According to food science experts, refrigeration causes the starches in onions to convert into sugars more quickly, leading to a mushy texture, faster spoilage, and a tendency to absorb moisture and odors from surrounding foods. What's worse, if you've ever stored chopped onions in the fridge uncovered, they may harbor harmful bacteria or absorb airborne pathogens, which can irritate the gut or cause bloating in sensitive individuals. Meet Asma, a 59-year-old. She often experienced bloating and gas after meals, assuming it was just age catching up with her. But one day, while watching a health video, she realized she had been refrigerating her onions for years, sliced, uncovered, and left for days. She switched to storing whole onions in a basket in her kitchen and started cutting them fresh each time. The change? Fewer digestive issues and meals that actually tasted better. Simple tip: store whole, unpeeled onions in a dry, ventilated area, never in plastic bags or airtight containers. A mesh bag or open basket works best. Once cut, store them in a sealed glass container in the fridge and use within 1 to 2 days to avoid contamination. Now, here's where it gets even more surprising. This next item is found in nearly every fridge door, but storing it cold could be draining its heart-healthy benefits and damaging its texture. Let's discover what it is next. 4. Olive oil. Stashing your olive oil bottle in the fridge might seem like a smart way to keep it fresh, but it actually damages its quality, consistency, and heart protective properties. Olive oil, especially extra virgin olive oil, is often called liquid gold for good reason. It's rich in monounsaturated fats, polyphenol, and vitamin E, all of which support cardiovascular health, fight oxidative stress, and reduce inflammation. It's a daily staple in the Mediterranean diet, which is linked to better longevity and lower risk of chronic disease. But to unlock those benefits, you need to store it right, and the refrigerator is not the place. When olive oil is chilled, it starts to solidify and form waxy clumps, a visual cue that its delicate compounds are being altered. While this change is reversible once the oil returns to room temperature, frequent cycling between cold and warm can lead to oxidation and rancidity. Moreover, cold storage dulls the flavor profile, the peppery, grassy notes that indicate high quality. According to a report published in Food Chemistry, light and fluctuating temperatures degrade the phenolic compounds in olive oil, stripping it of its health-promoting antioxidants. One more thing, many people confuse solidification with purity. While it's true that real olive oil may harden in the fridge, this isn't a foolproof test, and the cold can still compromise its chemistry over time. Cold environments interfere with the natural integrity of olive oil, undermining its therapeutic potential. Personal tip: keep olive oil in a cool, dark place, ideally between 57 to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, 14 to 21 degrees Celsius. A pantry or cupboard away from the stove is perfect. Use a dark glass or stainless steel bottle to prevent light exposure. Buy smaller quantities if you don't use it daily, so it stays fresher longer. Now, just when you thought your kitchen habits were safe, the next item might completely catch you off guard. It's something many people chill for convenience, but it could be stripping away both flavor and nutrition. Let's break it down in the next segment. 5. Bread. Think putting bread in the fridge keeps it fresh? In reality, cold storage makes it go stale faster, dulls its texture, and may even make it harder for your body to digest, especially as you age. Bread, particularly whole grain, multigrain, or sprouted types, can be a healthy part of your diet. These options provide valuable fiber, B vitamins, complex carbohydrates, and plant-based protein, all of which help with digestion, energy, and brain health. Many seniors rely on toast, sandwiches, or a light slice of bread with soup as an easy meal option. But storing bread the wrong way can quietly sabotage its quality and nutritional impact, often without you even realizing it. Shocking truths. Contrary to what most people believe, refrigerating bread actually makes it go stale faster. This happens because of a process called retrogradation, where the starch molecules in bread recrystallize when exposed to cold temperatures. This causes the bread to become hard, dry, and crumbly, often within a day or two of refrigeration. Researchers from the University of Minnesota's Department of Food Science confirmed that bread stored in the fridge can go stale up to 6 times faster than if it were kept at room temperature. While it may delay visible mold, it absolutely ruins the texture and mouthfeel. For seniors, this tougher, drier bread can also pose digestive challenges, especially for those dealing with slower motility, missing teeth, or sensitive digestion. What's worse, many people start adding more butter or spreads to improve the texture, unknowingly increasing their intake of unhealthy fats or sugars just to make bread palatable again. Practical advice: store bread in a bread box, cloth bag, or a paper bag at room temperature. This helps it stay moist and fresh for up to 3 to 4 days. If you buy in bulk, freeze half the loaf in slices. You can toast them directly from frozen, no thawing needed. Avoid plastic wrap or sealed bags for room temp storage. They trap moisture and promote mold. Opt for whole grain or sprouted varieties, which have more fiber and nutrients than white bread. Surprised? Well, we've saved one of the most powerful natural medicines for last. Yet many people are unknowingly weakening it with one simple fridge mistake. Stick around, because this next item might just shock you. 6. Garlic. Refrigerating garlic may seem harmless, but it can silently strip away its medicinal power, dull its flavor, and even put your health at risk if stored the wrong way. Garlic isn't just a flavorful kitchen staple. It's one of the most powerful natural medicines on earth. Packed with allicin, a potent sulfur compound, garlic has been shown to help reduce blood pressure, lower cholesterol, and even fight infections. It's a go-to remedy in many cultures for boosting the immune system, thinning the blood naturally, and protecting the heart. But here's the catch. Garlic's healing properties are incredibly sensitive to how it's stored. Sticking your garlic in the fridge may feel like the logical thing to do, but cold temperatures actually cause garlic to sprout prematurely, triggering a chemical shift that reduces its flavor and nutrient density. Those little green shoots you see, they signal that your garlic is aging fast and losing its medicinal punch. And it gets worse. When garlic is chopped and stored in oil inside the fridge, a common habit, it can lead to the growth of Clostridium botulinum, the bacteria responsible for botulism. This rare but serious condition can cause muscle paralysis and even be fatal. The USDA warns against this practice unless the garlic and oil mix is immediately frozen or preserved under very strict conditions. Plus, garlic stored in the fridge tends to become soft, rubbery, and moldy much faster than garlic stored properly at room temperature. And just like with olive oil, cold temperatures break down garlic's natural integrity, diminishing its healing potential. Take Aftab, a 64-year-old. He started adding garlic to his daily diet to manage his blood pressure naturally. Wanting to keep it fresh, he stored his garlic bulbs in the fridge. Within days, they turned soft and started sprouting. His meals tasted flat, and his blood pressure improvements plateaued. After watching a health segment, he changed course, kept his garlic in a dry clay pot on the counter. Within weeks, the flavor returned, his food tasted better, and his doctor noticed a slight drop in his BP readings again. A small shift made a big difference. Helpful suggestions: store whole garlic bulbs in a dry, cool, and well-ventilated area at room temperature, like a basket, mesh bag, or unglazed clay pot. Never keep garlic in airtight containers or plastic bags. They trap moisture and cause mold. For long-term use, consider dehydrating garlic or storing it as dried flakes or powder in airtight jars. Now that you know the truth about garlic, take a look around your kitchen. Are these food storage mistakes hiding in your fridge too? Let's wrap this up with a few powerful takeaways that could help you protect your health, one shelf at a time. And there you have it. 6 everyday foods that seem harmless in the fridge, but quietly lose their power, texture, or even safety when stored the wrong way. This video wasn't about fear, it was about awareness. Because sometimes, the biggest changes in our health don't come from pills or pricey programs. They come from simple, mindful choices in our own kitchens. From garlic to bread, olive oil to tomatoes, each of these foods carries a story about nature's design and how easy it is to overlook the little things that matter most. But once you understand the why, you're empowered to take back control over your health, one small habit at a time. We encourage you to question what you hear, even the things you've been doing for years. Not everything common is correct. True wellness comes from paying attention, staying curious, and honoring the wisdom of both science and your own body. So here's a question for you to reflect on today. Have you or someone you love ever experienced something surprising, whether good or bad, just from how you stored or prepared food at home? We'd love to hear your story in the comments. Your experience might just help someone else watching this right now. If you found this helpful, insightful, or even a little surprising, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a friend, a parent, or someone you care about who might be unknowingly making these same mistakes. Sometimes, a small tip shared at the right moment can make a big difference in someone's life. Thank you for spending time with us today. Your health journey is important, and every step you take, no matter how small, matters. Stay mindful, stay informed, and stay hopeful. We'll see you in the next one.